Hello, my fellow comic book collectors. I'm joined today with Mark Ulroyd. We do the price variance. This is our show where we pick a different topic each week, where we look at like good girls, bad girls. But this week we're looking at crime books. And at first, I actually didn't think I had many crime books. But then when I started digging into my books, I found like a ton of crime-related books, and I didn't realize how much of the genre I actually do enjoy. So with that being said, I'm going to bring Mark on now, and we can, he can get into his first books that he's going to show us.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with some Batman comics. First of all, I'm going to show you a slab because it's my oldest Batman. It's Batman number 16.
Oh, wow. That's an early Batman.
That is an early Batman. I'm not sure this is, so just let me get the view sorted here. Yeah.
I think that's earlier than my earliest Batman.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Batman, and you can see it's got tears at the bottom of it. It's a 1.8 restored. So,
Yeah. But actually, that's when the restored doesn't matter. Like if it's a really low grade, pretty much the same value, restored or Blu-ray.
Yeah, and it's got the lowest. It says only slight restoration. I think there's a bit of color touch on it somewhere. But it's just a great thing to have, and I bought that quite a number of years ago. I think I remember buying it. I paid £30 for it at a comic shop.
Wow.
Yeah, at a comic shop in London, probably about 25 years ago. It's worth 500 or 600 quid now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like it's gone up.
It has. It was a good investment. If all my investments had done as well as this, I'd be doing all right. So I just thought I'd show you that one. It's one from my collection.
Wait, is there anything special about it other than
right? Okay. So I said I was going to do two Guess Who's, right?
Oh,
so this is the first Guess Who. So there's a first appearance in this. I'm going to hide the wet lettering because it says it in the lettering. So
I wish I'd read the beginning there.
Yeah. There's a first appearance in this. It's Batman.
Oh, man.
15.
Is it obviously a villain?
I'm not giving you any clues because I think it's
got... Okay, so there's a few things that happened in early Batman.
Yeah.
One of my guesses is the bat signal was in around that time period. The first use of the bat signal, and Commissioner Gordon.
It's a person.
Commissioner Gordon?
No, he's older than Commissioner Gordon.
Okay. Is it a villain?
No, I'm going to tell you because you'll get it eventually. Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh, Pennyworth.
Yeah,
the butler.
Alfred. Yeah, the butler. Yeah, Alfred.
Wow.
First appearance.
So I actually have the first cover appearance of Alfred. Would have been my next guess. I was kind of going into...
Yeah, I knew you were getting close, so I thought I'd tell you.
Yeah. Well, that's one way of winning. Okay.
Yeah, actually, and this has got his origin as well. So it's first appearance of Alfred, yeah.
Cool, very cool.
Right,
that's a great book.
So that was just showing him my slab, and I thought because it's the first appearance of Alfred, I thought I'd do a Guess Who on it. Right, but with the ones I wanted to show, and these are my spec as well. Okay, and this is Batman Year One.
Oh yeah,
Frank Miller, Year One. Oh snap! Oh, 9.4, very nice. Mine is a very nice copy. I think mine could be around a 9.2, 9.4 as well.
Oh, nice.
I might get it slabbed. I've just got these out of the attic, and I had a look at them. They're actually in pretty good shape. I bought. I think I've had these from new. And then issue 2, which I'm not. The cover on that's not particularly interesting.
So very so.
Number 3. And finally, number 4, which I do like the cover of. And this is, of course, where Batman and Commissioner Gordon get together. So this Batman, the reason I'm doing this as a spec is this is Batman Year One. So this goes back to Batman's first year as a crime fighter.
Mhm.
And when he first meets up with Commissioner Gordon and they join forces. Now, the reason I put this as a spec, because of the Batman movie coming out next year, is going back to the early days of Batman. I think they're saying it's year 2, not year 1.
Yeah, I heard it's year 2 actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I think these are still this year 1 stuff is really cheap. You can pick up the full set of 4 of these for around about £50, so 70 odd dollars.
I think I paid about $40 for my slab, $40-50 for my slab.
Yeah,
so,
that's a good price. I mean,
yeah.
you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it cost me $40 to get something slabbed. So
I know that's why. Like I actually will buy it slabbed just because sometimes it's cheaper than having it slabbed and sent and all that kind of stuff.
yeah, if I can find a slab in the States for $40 of something I want, I just buy it because I'm getting the comic for free effectively.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a great spec. Definitely one that I've been sort of watching as well. Like I actually got year 1 2-3 years ago because I heard they're making a Batman movie. They're using a younger Batman, so I thought year 1 was the right year, but it's probably year 2. But still, I think year 1 is, once people look at year 2, they're going to be like, well, I got to get year 1.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be like a good spec actually.
Yes,
But,
of course. Year 1 has also got the first meeting of Batman and Catwoman as well.
Oh, okay. So what? Which issue is that?
It's in. I think it's in issue. I think they meet up in issue 2, and Catwoman puts the costume on for the first time in issue 3.
3. I actually don't have the full set. I only have number 1. I believe.
Slab, yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that's a great spec. So I'm debating about what thing I should show. Just debating about what I should show. Should I get into the Sochi or should I get into... Okay, actually, I'm going to go a different route. I'll do on your channel a whole collection, like a big collection.
Okay, great.
But I'm going to actually get into... Okay, can I do my Guess Who first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do mine?
No,
okay, because you just did your Guess Who. I figured, hey, I'll do mine.
Yeah.
And it's this one. You probably know it.
I don't.
Oh wait, I gotta cover this, don't I? Okay, so yeah, it's DC Spotlight number 1.
Right.
And basically it just spotlights different books that are coming up in the future.
Right. And what's the date of that?
That'll really give it away. 1985.
Okay, right. I'm gonna go for... Is he one of the characters on the cover?
No.
Oh.
And it's not a character. It's not one character, really.
Oh, okay.
That's a huge hint, actually.
I was going to go for Firestorm, but no, that's not it. So, because he's on the cover.
It's more like a group of characters or a whole thing.
Ooh, a group of good characters?
Debatable. That's debatable.
DC group of bad characters. Of not so. Don't know. No, you've beaten me.
Really? Okay, so I thought that was a huge hint. Okay, I'll give you one more hint and you'll get it. Alan Moore.
Alan Moore.
Alan Moore, yeah. Big group of characters.
Oh, Justice League Dark.
No.
Well, Alan Moore did Swamp Thing.
Yes, but he did something else that was considered one of the greatest books of all time.
Oh, well, he did. Really? Okay.
It's considered actually.
It's not Watchmen, is it?
Watchmen.
They're not in there, are they?
The first appearance of the Watchmen is in this book.
I didn't know that. That's one of my favorite comics as well.
Yeah. So I thought, hey, that was. I thought you might know it just because I like it.
What I've got sat on my desk.
Okay, I actually brought. Where did I put it? I just had it. So I actually brought the Watchmen. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. as I just lost my issue of The Watchmen. That's really awesome. Oh yes, here it is. So this is my copy of The Watchmen. So mine's actually a pretty high grade, but it has like a little ding in the corner.
Yeah,
it just drives me crazy.
I've got 2 copies of this. This one is the lower grade of the 2. The spine's not great on this.
Yeah, but this book is actually one I kind of recommend as a, not just as a spec, but like, it's one that is highly undervalued. I think you can pick it. I think you can pick it up for about $100.
You can, yeah. I mean, I just bought a full set of The Watchmen for $250, and that was for all. That was for all 12. I mean, they're not in near mint, but
So mine are like all high grade. I bought the whole set for $100, like last year. Last year. Yeah.
And it's criminally undervalued.
Really undervalued, considering it's.
For me, that is one of the key comics. It's a very iconic comic. It was the first time anybody did the sort of bad superheroes going bad type story. Lots of people have done it since, but that was the first time it was done, and people tend to forget that.
Well, it's also they created a list of the top 100 literary works. Like you get like Charles Dickens and all these famous people, but this book made it onto the list of the top literary works of all time.
Oh, it's brilliant.
So I think for that reason alone, it's criminally undervalued and keeping with the theme of crime. So, so yeah, this is definitely one that I would spec on, just because I think, and I would get it slabbed. If you're going to spec on it, get it slabbed, but get the 9.8 if you can.
Yeah, I mean, the 9.8, I think the fair market value on Go Collect is only $850, And if you look at some books that are $1,000, that being under $1,000 is just crazy.
Yeah, I would actually recommend people buy it raw and then get it slabbed, because you can get a real, make sure you really look at the pictures.
Yes.
But you can get a raw copy, as we said, about $100, and it will be a high grade, and you can get it slabbed and hopefully get that 9.8. So
yeah.
Definitely one I think has a lot of potential to go up. Too bad it's in if it wasn't a DC title, it would probably be like $1,000 book, but because it's DC and not Marvel, that's the problem.
I didn't realize that comic you showed was the first appearance. There's an advert for it, is there?
No, it's a spotlight where they actually have like a segment about the Watchmen, and they show like a story.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's like a preview edition, basically.
It's a preview. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's DC Spotlight #1.
Okay,
so
I'm going to have to find that.
And it's not an expensive book. It's another highly underrated book. So definitely one to check out. So
that's great.
Okay, so
that's
my first one.
Okay, so I've got another famous detective here. Well, I think he's a detective. I count him as a detective and crime solver. You will have this comic because it's a Warren comic.
Oh, okay.
And it's
Spirit.
The Spirit. I love the Will Eisner Spirit stuff.
Behind me right there is the first appearance of the Spirit.
From 1940. I think he appeared as a newspaper strip in 1940, didn't he? When was his first comic?
The first comic was Police Comics #11, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, #11. Okay, I'm just doubting myself. Spirit is great. I have all the Spirits.
I love Will Eisner's artwork.
Yeah, me
really
too.
Great. I mean, this is from 1975, and I've just reread this morning, and the artwork and the stories are great fun.
Yeah, really fun. They kind of.
So while we're on the subject, I found this in my attic as well the other day, and this is from Kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Kitchen Sink, and they've actually got the main story here is by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, who did The Watchmen.
Yeah. He's the artist from The Watchmen, Gibbons.
Yeah. So they did this Eisner Spirit story in this comic. So I think that's really nice.
That's a really great cover. I like that one a lot.
It is.
I don't have that. I had a full run of the Kitchen Sink ones.
Okay.
And then I sold them. I got rid of them.
Okay. Not
one of the-
expensive. I mean, that's not an expensive comic. You'll find that for under a tenner.
Yeah, yeah. I had the whole. I bought them all for like $2 each.
Yeah.
And then just one of the comic shops that I went to, he loved the Spirit, so I was able to basically buy them at $2 and sold them at $5 each.
Well, that's not bad.
So yeah, so it was a pretty good deal. It was more of an exchange. I got comics out of that, for that price, right? So it was pretty good. So, but yeah, I actually. Speaking of Spirit and police comics, that was another thing that I brought. Was just police comics in general.
Oh,
so
no.
these are early, 40s golden age comics. So I like Plastic Man. I know he's not really crime, but he's a crime fighter. And then we got another police comics. I actually got a lot of these, like a an auction lot. An auction lot. I think it was like $200, and I got like 6 or 7 books from
Very
this.
nice.
So very undervalued comics. Police comics is like, it actually has a lot of first appearances too. It's like got the first appearance of the Spirit, first appearance of Phantom Lady, first, some really major characters came in police comics. So just a highly undervalued series, just really great. Actually, even the first appearance of the Spirit, I got a 5.0, and it was $1,000. I know it sounds like a lot, that might be a lot, but it's the first appearance of a golden age major character. I mean, this is like, so. And it wasn't that expensive. So
and he still comes up every now and then. Occasionally somebody does a Spirit, we get a new comic with the Spirit in.
Yeah. And he also comes up, like, they try to make movies. They're just not very good at it yet. They haven't figured out how to capture the Spirit, but yeah, definitely a good series. I highly respect on police comics, because anytime you can buy golden age comics for like $50 and it's a major character, I think it's a no-brainer. So yeah. Okay, so that's my my little spec. Okay. My little rant.
That was good. I've got one more, and again, this is I did feature some of these on one of my videos this week, and just because I found them in the attic, but I didn't show this one because I couldn't find it, but I have found it now. So this is sort of film noir type stuff.
Okay.
Black Kiss #1.
I saw your video on where you're talking about
Black Kiss. I didn't show #1 because I couldn't find it, but I found it now. So
that's a really great cover.
It's a great cover. There's a few great covers on this Black Kiss. There's 3 or 4 really nice covers. It's very adult. Kids, kids don't buy this. It's very noir. It's sort of like film noir,
Yeah.
But it's it captures the spirit of film noir really well. I really enjoyed this series when it came out, and
And when is that from? Is that from the 90s or 80s?
I think it's early 90s. I think I'm going to say early 90s. There was a space in the early 90s. I'm just going to open this up and have a look.
Yeah, there was a space where there was a lot of these independent sort of like very like.
And there was a lot of pornographic comics out that time as well.
Yeah.
It's no, you were right. And 88.
Yeah, I was thinking like late 80s. It had that late 80s look more than early 90s.
Yeah, 88.
Yeah. I didn't really like the early 90s style for all the these like independent ones that were adult rated. Yeah. They were sort of not really the greatest artwork, usually kind of crappy artwork. But I actually had a few that were in that kind of era. I'm not sure if you know Babes and all these ones. And like, there's like a bunch. Yeah, there was a bunch that came out. Yeah, and I collected Cherry Pop-Tart and all those ones. Yeah, but that's different era. That's more early. But yeah, I love those kind of things. I think they're fun. They're silly. Okay, so I'm going to show one more book on my channel,
Okay.
and then we're gonna pop over to your channel, and I'm gonna go crazy on your channel. Like I'm gonna show like a massive collection,
Excellent.
and so you're gonna get all the love. I'm gonna just have a few things on my channel, but so I'm gonna show this book, and I thought this was one of the greatest covers that never made it into the SOTI collection. So this is Crimes Does Not Pay number 46, and it's Charles Biro cover, and it's just it's a really great cover because you got this guy. He's offering candy to the little girl. Basically, he's offering her ice cream.
Oh,
okay?
right. Okay. Yeah.
And it's like, you know, she's like got that typical like I'm a schoolgirl, really innocent, vulnerable look.
Yeah.
And then you got the guys in the car, and they're ready to tie her up and like.
Oh my goodness, it's a bit horrific, isn't it?
It's a bit horrific, and it adds like this like super innocent look, and then it's like pretty extreme.
Yeah, child abduction. Yeah.
Basically, yeah. And you know, I thought it was pretty great, and the fact that his name's across the car, the
Yeah.
the car that's gonna the rape mobile, you know, basically. I think it's just a really great.
I'm amazed that wasn't in SOTI.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's actually a list of comics that there's a list that I found online where they have all the SOTI books listed, and they even found ones that nobody else knows about that were described, but people didn't realize what they were. And then they created a list of all the ones that they thought should have been in SOTI, like some of the like LB Cole covers with the spiders and the skulls and stuff. And this was one of the ones that was on that list. And I think it's a great one. It's just it's so crazy. So yeah, I figured I'd show that as a sort of a teaser for what I'm going to show on your channel, where I'm going to show some SOTI books. So
excellent.
So yeah, do you have anything else you want to show on this before we go over?
No, I've finished. I've done the books that I wanted to show.
Okay, so thanks everybody for watching, and we're going to go on to Mark's channel now, and we're going to finish this series. And I'm going to show a lot of books. I'm going to just overwhelm Mark's channel with a whole bunch of books. So you got to watch part 2. Part 1 was just a teaser, a warm up. Part 2 is where all the action is. So, and definitely subscribe to Mark's channel. He is, he's producing a lot of really great content. You can see all that Black Kiss and stuff like that. So, always worth checking him out. So with that said, we're going to go over to Mark's channel. I'll link his video in the description and in the end credits. Okay, so that's it for